Yeah, I saw it too. You could reduce the title of this video to Biggest Ass in Ass Cred, but moving on from that, it's True Review right here with another top 10 list. Well, for some reason, you all seem to like it when I bash 10 characters from one of your favourite gaming series, so let's see if we can keep this ball rolling. Here we have the top 10 characters who were by far the biggest assholes in the Assassin's Creed series, and I've got a feeling that we're sport for choice here. Okay, go! Violet Acosta. So you've been in the Animus for a while, but then you come out of it to take a break. Waiting for your return is Violet, who turns to you and says that you've been in there long enough, so perhaps now would be a good time to take some time off. But no sooner do you unplug yourself from the machine, does Violet turn to you and go, "What are you doing, numbskull? Get back in the Animus." What? You literally just told me to take a break and now you tell me to go back to work? Oh, I get what's going on. This is your way of telling me that there's no slacking off, is there? Hey, maybe you should take a quick break. Enjoy your break, now get back to work, you slave. Well, how about I chain you to the Animus and get you to relive the life of a really boring Native American assassin I know. But don't worry, I'll let you out for a 2-second break after a few days, bitch.
I need to borrow your numbskull. That okay with you, Ms. LeMay?
You should just get back to your Animus.
Paul Revere. Looking down this list, I've noticed that a lot of these entries come from Assassin's Creed 3. Kind of tells you what I thought of that game. Anyway, who remembers Paul Revere's Midnight Ride?
Something is wrong. We are off course. Be careful, Connor. This way, Connor. I believe we are on course. Keep going, Connor. You're going the wrong way. Go right, Connor. To the left, Connor. Connor.
Paul! Just stop! Stop being such a backseat driver. If you can't behave yourself and get off my back for 1 second, then I swear, I will turn this horse around. That's right, we'll go right back home and no liberation for you. Do you seriously want the Americans to know that the British are coming? Then shut the fuck up for a moment and let me ride in peace. I could totally understand what had happened if I found it in the history books, had a random dude dressed in white showed up and said, "The British are coming." Oh, and by the way, Paul Revere's dead. Wait a second. If the Midnight Ride actually happened according to how it is in this game, then that means that Paul Revere is the first sat-nav. And like all sat-navs, the voice coming out of it might as well be nails on a chalkboard. If nails on a chalkboard could also be a at the same time. Aveline de Grand Prix. After Ass Bleed 3, I honestly thought that gone were the days of a decent Assassin's Creed game that focused on stealth assassinations. Liberation wasn't excellent, but it surprised me by how much it exceeded my expectations. But Jesus Christ is the main character an arsehole right at the end. I've talked about this one before, but near the end, Aveline is in a bit of a dilemma. The assassins have pretty much abandoned her, and the Templars have given her a warm welcome. In fact, her mother is the Grand Master and is eager for her daughter to join her side and do some real good for the world. But Aveline decides to throw that away by shivving her mum in the gut, because this is Assassin's Creed, bitch! If we don't have a black and white moral system where the good guys and the bad guys are clearly established, then the player will feel intimidated by this game, because we're all thick and spend all of our free time trying to lick our elbows. Ubisoft, what the f***? Why did you get Aveline to side with the assassins at the end? She had no reason to stick with them, and they were the ones being shown to be not all that great anyway. The only reason I can think of for why she did this, in a manner that doesn't break the fourth wall by dragging Ubisoft into the picture, is that Aveline is actually a gaping asshole who thinks that the only way to tell her mother that she isn't going to work with her is to murder her. Well, my mother wanted me to go to medical school when I was younger, but you don't see me charging her with a steak knife now, do you?
Lane Goodman.
Minerva! Oh my god, what is this bitch's problem? Out of all of the elaborate schemes you could put together, the plans to manipulate fate and to foresee the future, I can't think of a more wasted opportunity than what Minerva did at the end of Assassin's Creed 2. Sure, that scene was a massive mind blow when it happened, and it made our jaws hit the floor when you realised that this ancient being has left a recording for Ezio to find, but it was actually meant to pass through him so that Desmond could watch it. But if things were really as desperate as Minerva said, then why did she f***ing waste that opportunity by telling Desmond that it's all up to him? Like, yeah, I get it. In fact, it was pretty clear that it was all up to me in the first place. You basically went to great lengths just to tell me what I already knew. In fact, by the very act of leaving this message for me, you're messing with my head and making it harder for me to save the world, because now I've got ancient beings trying to give me useless info. She's smart enough to know how to leave a video recording that can directly talk to you, but she's too stupid to realise that she's actually making things worse. My beliefs on this is that she's only done this to make herself look cool in front of a being that wasn't going to exist for many millennia after her death. And she must know that she's throwing a spanner in the works, which means that she's trying to look cool at the expense of Desmond saving the world. Fuck off, you asshole. Everyone who lives at Homestead. The entire population of Homestead should just give up and die. In any community, you'll probably have a couple of people who are completely useless. The bigger the population, the higher that number. It's a given. But never before have I known an entire community to be as incompetent and useless as the people of Homestead. They suck so hard at life that it's not even funny. They are completely incapable of performing the most mundane and basic of tasks that are required for a basic frontier life. How have you all been able to survive this long? But that was a rhetorical question, because there is a reason why they've been able to get by up until now, and that answer is you. You've done practically everything for them. You start up all their businesses, get more items for them to trade, keep them safe from bandits and wolves, in some cases pay for them to be there so they can do absolutely fuck all for a service you can't use. You build their houses for them, and you continue to prevent their pilgrim way of life from being destroyed. By letting the Templars destroy the local Native American tribes. Good one, Connor. I think you might have gone wrong somewhere down the line. I understand having side missions that helps your village to grow, but it's so overdone and extreme here that it feels like these people will next ask you to personally go to their homes every morning to wake them up and cook their breakfasts for them. You know, because it's not like Connor has anything important going on right now. Arseholes. Savonarola! The real-life Savonarola was an arsehole too, but I like how he's still an arsehole here. After getting his hands on a piece of Eden, the Dominican friar uses this power to influence the people of Florence to repent their sins and give up their vanities by forcing everyone to do his bidding, wrecking the city, destroying all knowledge of value, presumably medical knowledge that could save lives, though this is Renaissance Italy and they believe that losing blood was a great way to cure illness, and of course, mercilessly beating up those who do not go along with everyone else. So the answer for ridding the city of all of its evil is more evil. And he's clearly getting a kick out of this. He knows what the Piece of Eden does and is using it for his own selfish, violent purposes. The city of Florence was beautiful before you got there, and now look at it. Like I said in my Elder Scrolls video on arseholes, an arsehole is someone that wants to shit on everything. And Florence certainly looks shat on after this arsehole was done. Charles Lee! I actually think that this guy's a really good bad guy. But holy shit, he's racist as f***. Let me give you an analogy. Let's say that I've never been to Denmark before. Then one day, I go there on holiday. When I arrive, I'm suddenly horrified to find out that the country is inhabited already by another culture that's been there for, like, f***ing forever. And after realising this, I then go up to everyone and start going, "What the f*** do you think you're doing here? Get the f*** out of my country! This is my land, you hear me?" This is pretty much what Charles Lee is like in Assassin's Creed 3. He absolutely hates the natives just because they're there. But they were there first, so what's your problem? Yeah, but just look at them with their dream catchers and their rain dances. Doesn't that just make you feel sick? A real culture has spent most of their time walking around in horse shit and drinking beer out of a glass that hasn't been cleaned. I seriously wouldn't be able to survive in the past. Charles Lee is an antagonist, not because he's got grand plans to take over the world or because he had a tragic childhood. He's a bad guy because he hates the natives because he hates the natives. I guess he doesn't need a reason. And for that reason / not reason alone, he spends most of his time in Assassin's Creed 3 being a massive arsehole. Beggars! Fuck off. I said fuck off. Why are you following me? Help! Someone! Some smelly peasant wants me to give them money! Ha, like to see you get me now. What the fuck is your problem? That's it, I've had enough. Oh, I get penalised for it? I don't even remember getting paid for being an assassin. All I get is a new weapon at the end of each mission. I'm living a life of poverty too, you know. It's just that mine has a collection of shiny swords. But I bet your poverty-stricken life doesn't make you go to different towns so you can kill people for a reason that you're not being told. I seriously hate these beggars. You'll be walking down the street when... Oh no. No, 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 no! Piss off! They harass you for money and then pelt you with stones if you don't help them. But if you try to scare them off, then the game punishes you for it, because apparently, Altair didn't beat up armed muggers. They're muggers all the same! George Washington! I'm pretty sure that George Washington was liked by his peers and his country, despite his wooden dentures, but George Washington in the DLCs for Assassin's Creed 3 just felt like a stereotypical evil dictator who had gone mad with power, because if you don't go mad with power, then no one listens to you. You can only unite a country by systematically oppressing the whole of it, especially the poor and any minority groups you can find. George Washington was an arsehole for the sake of being an arsehole, and you could tell that he loved every second of it. You can just imagine him pulling down his pants, squatting over the Declaration of Independence, pulling apart his butt cheeks with his hands and going, "Hey America, I've got a declaration for you too." And I'll leave the rest of that scene up to your imagination. Al-Mualim! And finally in at number 1 is hands down the single biggest asshole in the entire Assassin's Creed series. Seriously, this guy couldn't have needed to fuck off anymore if he tried. To take all of your weapons away and not give you a decent reason why, to then send you off to kill several key historical figures and not give you a reason why, and to drag out your reinitiation for as long as possible and still not give you a reason why, despite making you feel bad every time Altair asked, "Master, why are you making me do all of these things?" And the only answer is, "Do you not see, Altair? It's because you refuse to look at the truth. Now go run 20 laps around Masyaf before you go to your next target." But why? Again with the questions, Altair. You do not understand why it is absolutely vital for you to run 20 laps around the castle and pick up my dry cleaning, because your mind is clouded with doubt and illusions. No, I'm pretty sure you're just making this up as you go, you senile old goat. And then at the end it turns out that he was the bad guy all along. He makes you jump through so many trialing hoops, then goes, "Ha ha ha, I fooled you. I only made you do that stuff so it'd be a massive inconvenience for you." Shut up, fuck off, hand over the piece of Eden and die, in any order you want. But regardless of how much this guy sucked, Al-Mualim arrives in at number 1 on this list. And we're out of time again, but if this video was a massive inconvenience for you, then leave a like and as always, subscribe. Don't forget that I'm also on both Twitter and Patreon, and much like herpes, I'll be back another time. See ya!
Sometimes I think this life is killing me.